My child, before you turn off the light tonight, before you let this day close around you, come sit with me for a while. I know what tonight feels like for you. Not the sharp, fresh pain of the first days. Something quieter now. Something that lives underneath the surface of your ordinary life, that people stopped asking about a long time ago, that you have learned to carry so well that most people assume you are fine. But you are not fine. Not entirely. Not tonight. Your tears did not stop being real just because the funeral was months or years ago. Your grief did not expire on some invisible calendar, and I have not, for one single day since you lost them, stopped noticing every tear you have cried, even the ones you cried alone, even the ones you cried where no one could see. You did not open this video by accident tonight. Out of everything you could be doing right now, you are here with me because some part of you needed to hear clearly tonight that this grief you're still carrying has not gone unnoticed. Not by me, not ever. So stay here with me a while. Let this be the last voice you hear before you sleep tonight. If these words are already touching something true in you, type Amen right now, wherever you are sitting. Let your fingers move before the day pulls your attention away again. I want you to feel, in your own hands, that you have already answered me back tonight. And while you are already holding your phone, tap that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. Not for me, for you. Because grief does not wait for a convenient evening. And I want to be the voice already waiting for you the next time it rises. Now let us talk, just the two of us. I see you, my child. I see the grief that ambushes you on an ordinary Tuesday, with no anniversary, no trigger you can name, just grief arriving the way it always has, uninvited. I see the moment your hand still reaches for the phone to call them, out of 40 years of habit before you remember. I see you set the table for one more place than you need some evenings before you catch yourself. I see the anniversary of their death approaching on the calendar, and the way your whole body seems to know before your mind fully admits it. I see their birthday coming, a date that used to mean celebration, that now means something far more complicated. I see the holidays that feel hollow now, no matter how much effort everyone puts into making them feel normal. I see their handwriting still sitting somewhere in your house, on an old note, a recipe card, a birthday card you cannot bring yourself to throw away. I see the quiet panic that rises when you realize their voice is starting to fade from your memory, and how hard you try to hold on to the exact sound of it. I see the way their cologne or their perfume, caught by accident on an old sweater, can undo you completely in a single breath. I see their side of the bed, still somehow theirs, even after all this time. I see you standing in front of their closet, still not knowing what to do with the clothes, unable to keep them out in the open, and unable to give them away. I see the guilt that creeps in the first time you laughed again, really laughed, and felt like you had betrayed them somehow. I see the guilt of being happy, of having a good day, of forgetting for an hour that you are grieving at all. I see the people who ask, gently or not so gently, if you are not over it by now, as though grief has a deadline you failed to meet. I see how tired you are of the question, how are you doing? asked so often it has become almost meaningless. When what you actually need is for someone to simply sit with you in it. I see how the world kept moving after they died, calendars turning, seasons changing, while some part of you stayed exactly where you were the day you lost them. I see the song that comes on the radio unexpectedly, the one that was theirs or yours together, and the way it can undo an entire day in 3 seconds. I see you catching sight of someone from behind who walks like them, who has their build, their haircut, and the half-second of impossible hope before reality returns. I see the dreams where they are still here, still alive, still ordinary, and the second loss you feel every time you wake up and have to lose them all over again. I see how much you miss even the small annoyances, the arguments, the imperfect, ordinary friction of a real relationship, because even that meant they were still here. I see the regret over words never said, apologies never finished, conversations you assumed you would have time to have. I see you replaying the last conversation you actually had with them, wishing you had known it was the last one, wishing you had said more or said it differently. I see the particular grief of losing a parent and the strange, unwelcome realization that you are now the oldest generation in your family, with no one standing between you and the front of the line. I see the grief of losing a sibling and the loneliness of being one of the only people left who remembers your childhood exactly the way it happened. I see the grief of losing a spouse and the slow, exhausting work of learning how to live in a life that was built for two. I see the grief of losing a child, a pain that defies the natural order of things, a pain that the world does not always know how to sit with, but one I have never once looked away from. I see the grief of losing a friend, a loss the world often overlooks entirely, as though friendship were a lesser kind of love, when you know exactly how large the hole they left behind truly is. I see the secondary losses tangled up inside the main one, the identity you are not sure how to hold now that you are no longer someone's spouse in the way you used to be. I see the financial changes that followed the loss, the numbers that do not add up the way they used to, the quiet worry layered on top of an already heavy grief. I see the particular loneliness of eating alone, of a kitchen that used to be full of noise and now is not. I see the empty chair at the holiday table and how everyone tries to talk around it and how loud that silence can be anyway. I see the grandchildren who never got the chance to meet them, and the ache of knowing your loved one is missing from a family they would have adored. I see the photographs you cannot bear to look at, and the ones you cannot stop looking at, sometimes in the very same week. I see the recipe card in their handwriting that you still use carefully, as though the card itself were fragile. I see you debating whether to delete their number from your phone and how impossible that small decision has felt. I see their old voicemail greeting still saved somewhere, still theirs, still exactly their voice, and how you have listened to it more than once just to hear them say your name again. I see you wearing their old sweater some evenings, not for warmth, but because it still, faintly, feels like them. I see the garden they planted still growing, blooming every year whether or not you are ready for it to. I see you watching their favorite show, feeling their absence in the empty space beside you on the couch. I see the closet that still has their side, even now, even after all this time. I see the moments you feel them close, a presence you cannot explain, and the private fear that it is only wishful thinking rather than something real. I see the worry that you are forgetting small details, the exact color of their eyes, the specific way they laughed, the particular way they said your name. I see the inside joke that no one else understands anymore, now that the only other person who knew it is gone. I see old friends who slowly drifted away after the loss, not out of unkindness, but because grief made them uncomfortable and they did not know what to say. I see the isolation that grief brought with it, the quiet way your circle grew smaller exactly when you needed it to grow closer. I see the invisible timeline other people seem to expect you to follow, as if grief were a project with a deadline instead of a lifelong relationship with love and loss intertwined. I see the wave of grief that comes with every first. The first Christmas without them, the first birthday, the first anniversary. Each one its own particular kind of hard. I see how the second year, when everyone assumed you would be better, was in some ways harder than the first, because the shock had worn off and only the missing remained. I see grief resurfacing without warning, triggered by a smell, a song, a street corner, a stranger's laugh that sounded just like theirs. I see how someone else's loss, a friend's parent, a co-worker's spouse, can reopen your own wound in an instant. Grief calling to grief. I see you watching friends who still have their parents, their spouses, and feeling a flash of envy you did not ask for, followed quickly by guilt for feeling it at all. I see the weddings and graduations where they are conspicuously missing, where their absence is its own kind of presence in the room. I see the new grandchild who will only ever know them through old photographs and stories, and the grief tangled inside that particular joy. I see the old voicemails you still have saved, replayed sometimes just to hear their voice again, just for a moment. I see the awkwardness of updating a form, a title, a way of describing yourself now that widow or widower is a word that applies to you. I see the blank space where emergency contact used to have their name written automatically without a second thought. I see the exhausting practical tasks that followed the loss. Closing accounts, canceling subscriptions, each one a small, official confirmation that they are truly gone. I see the grocery list in their handwriting you found by accident tucked in a drawer, and how something so small nearly brought you to your knees. I see the gift you had already bought for them before they died, still wrapped, still waiting for an occasion that will never come. I see the weight you feel to keep their memory alive, as if their entire existence now rests on your ability to remember correctly. I see the quiet fear that when you are gone too, no one left will remember them the way you do. I see you talking to them sometimes, out loud in an empty room, and wondering if that means something is wrong with you when it does not. I see the anger you have felt toward them, for leaving, for dying, even knowing full well it was never their choice or their fault. I see the anger you have felt toward me for allowing it to happen at all. I see the guilt that followed that anger at me, as though feeling it made you a person of lesser faith. I see the specific hospital room or the specific hallway that still visits your mind uninvited, carrying every detail of that day. I see the specific phone call that delivered the news, the exact words, the exact silence that followed, still lodged somewhere in your memory. I see you replaying their final moments, wondering if they were afraid, wondering if they suffered, wondering things you may never have concrete answers to. I see the wish that you had said goodbye differently, more fully, more slowly. If only you had known it needed to be a goodbye at all. I see how much you miss the ordinary tasks you used to do together. The errands, the small chores, the boring parts of life that felt sacred only in hindsight. I see the empty passenger seat in your car and the drives you now take alone that you used to take together. I see the places around your town you avoid now, not because anything is wrong with them, but because you used to go there together. I see the old answering machine tape, if you kept one, with their voice still on it, still exactly as it was. I see the unopened mail still addressed to them, arriving long after they are gone, each envelope its own small, unexpected wound. I see the awkward pause when someone asks how many children you have after you have lost one, not knowing which answer is the right one to give. I see the awkward pause when someone asks if you are married after you have lost a spouse, not knowing how to answer in a single sentence. I see your own body changing, aging, and grieving the years you assumed you would still have together that you will not now get to have. I see how much you miss being called by the one nickname only they ever used for you, a name no one else has ever called you by since. I see the empty side of the couch where they always sat, still somehow reserved in your mind for them alone. I see the specific chair no one else sits in anymore, not because anyone forbade it, but because it simply feels wrong. I see the disloyalty you fear you would feel if you ever considered new companionship, and the complicated grief tangled inside even the thought of it. I see the holiday dish that was always theirs to make, and how strange the table feels now without it, no matter who else tries to make it in their place. I see the ache of realizing that every new memory from here forward will never include them, and how permanent that fact feels every single time it resurfaces. I see you watching the younger generation in your family grow up, never knowing the person you loved so completely. I see the specific ringtone that used to mean it was them calling, and the strange grief of hearing that same sound now means someone else entirely. I see the old birthday cards in a drawer somewhere that you cannot bring yourself to throw away, each one in handwriting you would know anywhere. I see the unfairness you feel, quietly, when you see others who still have what was taken from you. I see the particular quiet of a house that used to be filled with their sound, their footsteps, their voice calling from another room. I see the regret over time you assumed you would have, time that ran out faster than you ever expected it to. I see the slow realization that grief does not end the way people promised it would. It only changes shape over and over for as long as you live. I see you wondering whether it is wrong to finally move their belongings, to change the room, to make different use of the space they once filled. I see the pressure you feel to be strong for everyone else, while grieving almost entirely alone, in private, late at night, when no one else is watching. I see how the nights are the hardest, when the distractions of the day fall away and there is nothing left standing between you and the missing. I see the split second every morning when you forget, just for a breath, before the weight of the loss settles back over you again. I see the strange unfairness of a good day feeling like betrayal, as if joy itself were something you were no longer allowed to fully have. I see the way the permanence of this loss sinks in over and over again, not once, but 1,000 small times, each one its own private shock. I see you wondering what they would think of decisions you are making now, choices they never got the chance to weigh in on. I see the grief of losing plans that will simply never happen now. The retirement you imagined together, the trip you kept postponing, the future you assumed you would share. I see the grief tied to a specific season of the year, their favorite season, and how that time of year now carries a particular ache no one else quite understands. I see the exhaustion that comes with grief, a tiredness in your bones that has little to do with sleep, and everything to do with how much energy it takes simply to keep going. I see how much you miss their physical presence, their hug, their hand in yours, in a way words alone cannot fully capture. I see the complicated grief of a relationship that was not simple, love mixed with old wounds, and the confusion of grieving someone you had unfinished feelings toward. I see the grief of an estranged relationship where the door for reconciliation closed the day they died, and the particular ache of a goodbye that never got to happen at all. I see all of it, my child. Every tear, seen and unseen. Every quiet moment of missing them that no one else around you ever witnessed. And I want you to know, before we go any further, that not one of those tears has ever gone unnoticed by me. Psalm 56:8 says, "You keep track of all my sorrows. You have collected all my tears in your bottle. You have recorded each one in your book. I have kept every single one you have cried, even the ones cried in silence, even the ones cried behind a closed door where no one else could see." Here is what I want you to understand tonight with everything in me. Grief was never a sign that your faith failed. Grief is simply love with nowhere left to go. And I have never once been ashamed of a love that deep. Psalm 34:18 says, "I am close to the brokenhearted, and I save those who are crushed in spirit." Whatever brokenness you carry tonight, I am not distant from it. I am as close to you in this grief as I have ever been in any moment of your life. To the grief that ambushes you without warning, hear me. You do not need a reason for grief to arrive. It is not a malfunction. It is love doing exactly what love does when the person it belongs to is no longer physically here to receive it. To the habit of reaching for the phone, hear me. That instinct is not something broken in you. It is simply proof of how present they still are inside your daily life. And I do not want you to feel ashamed of it. To the dread of the anniversary approaching, hear me. I am already present in that date before it even arrives, and I will be present in it again, exactly as I was in every hard day before it. To the hollow feeling of the holidays, hear me. I am not asking you to pretend the hollowness is not there. I am asking you to let me sit inside that hollow space with you, exactly as it is. To the fading of their voice in your memory, hear me. What fades in memory does not fade in my presence. I remember every detail of them perfectly, and I am able to bring memories back to you gently, in my timing when you need them most. To the scent that undoes you without warning, hear me. That reaction is not weakness. It is the body's way of remembering love that ran deeper than words. To their side of the bed still feeling occupied, hear me. I understand the strange geography of grief, how a house can still be shaped around someone who is no longer in it. I am present in that emptiness too. To the closet you cannot yet face, hear me. There is no timeline you are failing to meet. Whenever you are ready, if you are ever ready, I will help you through it. Until then, it is allowed to simply stay as it is. To the guilt of laughing again, hear me. Your joy was never a betrayal of their memory. Ecclesiastes 3:4 says, "There is a time to weep and a time to laugh." You are allowed to hold both, sometimes within the very same hour. To the guilt of being happy, hear me. Their love for you would never have wanted your whole life reduced to grief alone. Healing does not mean forgetting. It means living, even while still missing them. To the people who ask if you are not over it by now, hear me. Grief does not answer to other people's timelines, and neither do you. I do not measure your healing by a calendar. To the exhaustion of being asked how you are doing, hear me. You are allowed to answer honestly or not at all. I already know the real answer, even on the days you cannot find the words for it. To the world moving on while you stayed behind, hear me. You have not failed to keep up. Grief simply moves at its own pace, and I am patient with every version of that pace. To the song that undoes an entire day, hear me. Let it undo you when it needs to. I am present in the tears that follow, and I am present in whatever comfort follows after. To the glimpse of someone who looks like them from behind, hear me. That half second of hope is not foolish. It is love still looking for them, exactly the way it should. To the dreams where they are still alive, hear me. Those dreams are not cruel. They are a gift, however briefly, and I am not troubled by the grief that follows waking from them. To the missing of even the small arguments, hear me. I understand that grief mourns the whole relationship, including its imperfections, because imperfection was still part of something real. To the regret over words never said, hear me. I am able to complete what was left unfinished in ways beyond what words alone could ever have accomplished, even now. To the replaying of your last conversation, hear me. I was present in that conversation, exactly as it happened, and I do not hold its imperfections against you the way you sometimes hold them against yourself. To the grief of losing a parent and becoming the oldest generation, hear me. I am the father over every generation, and I have not asked you to stand in that place utterly alone. To the grief of losing a sibling, hear me. I remember every piece of your shared childhood exactly as it happened, even the pieces only the two of you knew. To the grief of losing a spouse, hear me. Isaiah 54:5 says, "Your Maker is your husband. The Lord Almighty is his name." I am present in the specific loneliness only a widow or widower fully understands. To the grief of losing a child, hear me. I have not looked away from that grief for a single moment. It is the deepest kind of sorrow there is, and I hold it, and I hold you with the greatest tenderness I have. To the grief of losing a friend, hear me. Friendship is not a lesser love in my eyes. I see the full size of what you lost, even when the world does not always recognize it. To the secondary losses tangled inside the main one, hear me. Whatever identity feels uncertain now, your identity as my beloved child has not changed, and it will not change. To the financial worry layered on top of grief, hear me. Philippians 4:19 says, "My God will meet all your needs according to the riches of his glory." I have not stopped providing for you simply because grief has made the numbers harder to face. To the loneliness of eating alone, hear me. I am present at your table, even when the chair across from you stays empty. To the empty chair at the holiday table, hear me. I see it too, every year, and I'm not asking you to pretend it is not there. To the grief of grandchildren who never met them, hear me. I am able to let their memory live on through the stories you tell, in ways that still let those children know a piece of who they were. To the photographs you cannot look at, and the ones you cannot stop looking at, hear me. Both responses are allowed. There is no wrong way to hold their image in your hands. To the recipe card in their handwriting, hear me. Small, ordinary things carrying enormous love are exactly the kind of thing I understand completely. To the debate over deleting their number, hear me. There is no deadline on that decision either. Whenever you are ready, if you are ever ready, it is allowed to be entirely your own timing. To the saved voicemail greeting, hear me. Listening to it as many times as you need to is not something to be ashamed of. Their voice still matters, and so does your need to hear it. To wearing their old sweater, hear me. Comfort is comfort, however you find it. And I do not judge the small ways grief teaches you to cope. To the garden still blooming, hear me. Even in that persistent, unwilled beauty, I am present, allowing life to keep growing even where the heart is still healing. To missing their favorite show together, hear me. I am present in that empty space on the couch beside you, exactly as I have been present in every quiet room you have grieved inside. To the closet still divided in half, hear me. It is allowed to stay that way as long as you need it to. To the moments you feel them close, hear me. I do not dismiss that feeling as foolish. I am able to bring comfort through means you may not always be able to fully explain. To the fear of forgetting details, hear me. I remember every detail perfectly, and I am able to restore memories to you gently, exactly when you need them most. To the inside joke no one else understands, hear me. I understood it too, the whole time, and I have not forgotten it either. To the friends who drifted away, hear me. I am able to bring new companionship into your life in my timing, without erasing the place the old friendships held. To the isolation grief brought, hear me. I have not left you isolated. I am here in this very moment, closer than the silence around you. To the invisible timeline others expect you to follow, hear me. There is no timeline in my eyes. Grief is not a project. It is a relationship with love and loss that will look different for as long as you live, and that is allowed. To the wave of grief on every first, hear me. I am present in every single first, exactly as fully as I am present in every day that follows. To the harder second year, hear me. I am not surprised that grief does not follow a straight line. I am present in every twist of it. To the resurfacing grief triggered without warning, hear me. I am present in every trigger, every time, no matter how many times it happens. To the grief reopened by someone else's loss, hear me. Grief connecting to grief is not a setback. It is simply love recognizing love, even in someone else's sorrow. To the envy followed by guilt, hear me. That envy does not make you unkind. It makes you human, grieving something real. I am not troubled by it, and neither should you be. To the weddings and graduations where they are missing, hear me. I am present in that absence, honoring it, exactly as fully as I am present in the joy of the occasion itself. To the new grandchild who will only know them through stories, hear me. I am able to let their character live on in the way you tell those stories, keeping something real of them alive in a heart that never got to meet them directly. To the awkward blank space where their name used to be on a form, hear me. I understand what that blank space costs you every single time you have to face it. To the exhausting practical tasks after loss, hear me. I am present in the exhausting logistics too, not only in the emotional moments. I do not abandon you in the paperwork. To the grocery list found by accident, hear me. Even the smallest evidence of an ordinary life together is precious to me, exactly as it is precious to you. To the unopened gift still wrapped, hear me. That gift still represents love that was real and complete, even without ever being unwrapped. To the weight of keeping their memory alive, hear me. You are not carrying that weight alone. I remember them perfectly, too, and I always will. To the fear that no one will remember them once you are gone, hear me. Nothing done in love, even quietly, even privately, is ever forgotten by me. To talking to them out loud in an empty room, hear me. That is not a sign anything is wrong with you. Love often needs somewhere to go, and speaking to them, even now, is one honest way for it to travel. To the anger you have felt toward them for leaving, hear me. That anger does not mean you love them less. It means the loss was enormous, and anger is simply grief wearing a different face for a while. To the anger you have felt toward me, hear me. I can hold your anger. I am not fragile, and I am not offended by it. Bring it to me honestly, exactly as it is. To the guilt that followed that anger, hear me. Even the most faithful people in Scripture, Job among them, brought me their anger and their questions honestly. That did not disqualify their faith, it deepened it. To the specific hospital room or hallway that visits your memory, hear me. I was present in that room the whole time, and I am able to walk with you through that memory again until it no longer holds the same grip. To the specific phone call that delivered the news, hear me. I was present in that exact moment, holding you even as the words landed, even if you could not feel me there at the time. To replaying their final moments, hear me. Whatever their final moments held, I was present in every one of them, and I am able to bring you peace about what you cannot fully know. To the wish that you had said goodbye differently, hear me. Love does not require a perfect goodbye to remain real and complete. What mattered was said in 1,000 ordinary moments long before the final one. To missing the small ordinary tasks you did together, hear me. I understand that grief mourns the boring, sacred parts of life just as much as the big moments, sometimes more. To the empty passenger seat, hear me. I am present in that seat, in every drive you now take that you once took together. To the places you now avoid, hear me. There is no wrong way to navigate a town that used to be shared. Avoid them as long as you need to, or return to them whenever you are ready. To the old answering machine tape, hear me. Their voice, wherever you can still find it, remains a real and precious gift, not a wound to feel ashamed of keeping. To the unopened mail still addressed to them, hear me. Each envelope is a small, unexpected reminder, and I am present in the sting of every single one. To the awkward question about how many children you have, hear me. However you choose to answer, in whatever moment, I do not judge the choice. I know the truth of your family completely, always. To the awkward question about your marital status, hear me. However you answer, I know exactly who you are and exactly who you loved. That truth does not depend on a word choice in a form. To grieving the years you assumed you would still have together, hear me. I understand the particular ache of time that ran out sooner than you expected. To missing the one nickname only they used, hear me. That name still belongs to you. I remember it exactly as they said it, and I will not let it be forgotten. To the empty side of the couch, hear me. I am present in that empty space, exactly as I am present in every quiet room you now sit in, differently than before. To the chair no one else sits in, hear me. That chair does not need to be explained or justified to anyone. It is allowed to remain exactly as it is for as long as you need. To the fear of disloyalty and considering new companionship, hear me. Love does not run out. New love, if it ever comes, does not erase the love that came before it. Both can be true and honored at once. To the empty spot at the table where a specific holiday dish once was, hear me. I understand what it costs you to sit at a table missing not just a person, but a whole tradition tied to them. To the permanence of every new memory, not including them, hear me. I understand how heavy that permanence feels again and again, every time it resurfaces. To watching younger family members never know them, hear me. I am able to let a piece of who they were live on through you, through the stories only you can tell. To the ringtone that now belongs to someone else, hear me. I understand the strange grief hidden inside even the smallest repurposed detail of daily life. To the birthday cards you cannot throw away, hear me. Keep them as long as you need to. Their handwriting remains a real and precious thing, not a burden to feel guilty over keeping. To the unfairness you feel watching others keep what you lost, hear me. That unfairness is real, and I do not ask you to pretend otherwise. I am present in that honest human ache. To the quiet of a house that used to be loud with them in it, hear me. I am present in that silence, filling what space I can without ever replacing what was truly theirs to fill. To the regret over time that ran out faster than expected, hear me. I understand that regret completely, and I am able to bring peace to it, even without changing what already happened. To the realization that grief only changes shape and never fully ends, hear me. That is not a failure of your healing. That is simply what a love this real costs, and I do not ask you to rush past it. To the uncertainty over moving their belongings, hear me. There is no universal right answer, and no timeline you are failing to meet. Whenever you decide, if you ever decide, I will be present in that decision with you. To the pressure to be strong for everyone else, hear me. You are allowed to set that pressure down here, with me, even if only for these few minutes tonight. To the hardest hours being the quiet ones at night, hear me. I am especially present in the night, in the hours when distractions fall away and grief finally has room to speak. To forgetting for a split second each morning, hear me. That brief mercy of forgetting is not something to feel guilty about. It is simply the body's way of resting, even briefly, before carrying the weight again. To good days feeling like a kind of betrayal, hear me. Joy was never meant to replace grief entirely. You are allowed to hold both without either one canceling out the reality of the other. To the permanence sinking in over and over, hear me. I am present in every one of those small, private shocks, however many times they come. To wondering what they would think of decisions you are making now, hear me. I am able to give you wisdom that honors both their memory and the life you still have left to live. To grieving plans that will never happen now, hear me. I understand the particular grief of a future that has to be entirely reimagined without them in it. To the ache tied to their favorite season, hear me. I am the God of every season, and I am present in the one that reminds you most of them. To the exhaustion that has little to do with sleep, hear me. Isaiah 40:29 says, I give strength to the weary. I understand this is a tiredness only grief can cause. and I am able to meet you inside of it. To missing their physical presence, hear me. I understand that some forms of comfort words alone cannot replace, and I do not ask you to pretend otherwise. To the complicated grief of a relationship that held both love and old wounds, hear me. I hold the whole truth of that relationship, the parts that were beautiful and the parts that were hard, without asking you to simplify either one. To the grief of an estranged relationship where the door closed before it could be reopened, hear me. I am able to bring peace even to an unfinished story, even one that never got its intended ending. My child, let me keep speaking, because I see even more than what I have already named tonight. I see the grief that ambushes you in the grocery store, standing in an aisle you used to walk together, reaching for something they always bought. Before you remember, there is no reason to buy it anymore. I see the way a church pew can feel different now, emptier beside you, even surrounded by a full congregation. I see the waiting room at the doctor's office, where you once sat together, now sat in alone, the chair beside you carrying an absence louder than any word. I see the comparison grief, the quiet ache of watching someone else complain about a spouse or a parent who is still living, wishing you still had the chance to be annoyed by them too. I see what people call grief brain, the forgetfulness, the missed appointments, the sentences that trail off mid-thought, and how frightening that fog can feel on top of everything else. I see the physical symptoms grief brings that no one warned you about, the tightness in your chest, the exhaustion in your bones, the way your body carries sorrow just as much as your heart does. I see the tension that has crept into family decisions since the loss. Arguments over inheritance, over belongings, over who gets to keep what, and how ugly grief can make even loving families behave for a season. I see the grief of having to move, of leaving the home filled with your shared memories, and the strange betrayal it feels like, even when the move is necessary. I see the phone notification that resurfaces an old photo from years ago. On this day, arriving without warning and undoing an entire afternoon. I see a grandchild grieving silently, too young to have the words for it, and your own worry over how to help a child carry a loss so much bigger than they are. I see the secondary anniversaries no calendar marks, but you remember anyway. The day of the last hospital visit, the day of the last real conversation, the day you got the call. I see the empty side of the medicine cabinet, still holding their toothbrush, their razor, their reading glasses, untouched because moving them feels like erasing something. I see the drive to the cemetery and the quiet guilt over how often or how rarely you feel able to make that drive. I see you keeping their number on a family phone plan for far longer than makes financial sense, simply because canceling it feels like one more ending you are not ready for. I see the dream where you forget, for just a moment inside the dream itself, that they are gone, and the joy of that forgetting, followed by the crushing return of memory as you wake. I see gratitude and grief existing together in the very same breath. Thankful for the years you had, devastated they were not longer. I see the difference between surviving your days and actually living them, and how long it has taken just to feel like you are doing the second one again. I see the discomfort you have felt in a grief support group, surrounded by strangers, wondering if grief shared out loud in a circle of chairs is truly meant to help, or if it only makes the wound feel more exposed. I see you writing letters to them that will never be sent, just to have somewhere to put everything you still want to say. I see you talking to their photographs some nights, the same way you once talked to them across a room. I see the anger at whoever or whatever took them. A doctor, a disease, a driver, even chance itself. And the weight of carrying that anger with nowhere to fully put it down. I see the survivor's guilt, the quiet question of why you are still here when they are not. A question with no satisfying answer. I see you wondering if you grieved correctly in front of others, too visibly or not visibly enough, worried you were judged either way. I see the specific smell of a hospital hallway that still catches you off guard in the most ordinary places. I see the specific hymn played at their funeral and how hearing it anywhere else can undo you completely in an instant. I see you avoiding their favorite restaurant, unable yet to sit at a table that used to include them. I see the day you finally gave away one piece of their clothing and the strange, complicated grief of feeling both relief and fresh loss in the very same hour. I see an old friend who did not know, who asks about them casually, forcing you to say the words out loud again to someone new. I see the exhausting toll of settling their estate, paperwork wrapped in grief, decisions made with a heavy heart when you least have the energy for either. I see you going through old photo albums to choose pictures for a memorial, forced to relive an entire lifetime of memories in a single, exhausting afternoon. I see how untethered you have felt without their guidance, wondering who you will turn to now for the wisdom only they used to offer. I see the milestone occasions ahead, a wedding, a graduation, a birthday, where you already know you will quietly wonder who will stand in the place they should have stood. I see the last item you bought for them, still unused, still waiting for an occasion that will not come. I see the instinct to share good news with them, a phone half raised before you remember there is no one on the other end of that call anymore. I see the strange peace of the earliest days after the loss, the numbness that felt almost like protection, and the grief that arrived in full only once that numbness finally wore off. I see the grief that is only surfacing now, later than everyone expected, because you had to be strong for others in the early days and never had the chance to fall apart yourself. I see the reminders of your own mortality that have grown sharper since this loss, an awareness of time that feels heavier than it used to. I see the way your prayer life has changed since this loss. Quieter, more hesitant, sometimes barely present at all, and the worry that this distance from me means something is wrong between us. I see their email inbox or their old accounts still sitting active somewhere, untouched, because closing them feels like one more small death you are not ready to permit. I see the jolt of hearing their name spoken by a stranger in public, in an entirely unrelated conversation, and the way your whole body still turns toward it. I see the milestone birthday they would have reached this year, and the quiet math you cannot help but do every single year that passes. I see the particular grief of losing a baby, a pregnancy that ended too soon, a grief the world rarely acknowledges but one I have never once treated as small or unworthy of comfort. I see the grief of losing a beloved pet, a companion who was family in every way that mattered, and the way some people dismiss that grief as lesser when you know exactly how real it was. I see the ache of a first trip taken alone, somewhere you always went together, learning to be present in a place now half missing them. I see all of this too, my child. Every layer, every complicated corner of a grief this long and this real. None of it has surprised me, and none of it has gone unnoticed. Hear me now in each of these places too. To the grocery store aisle, hear me. I am present in that ordinary reach for something they used to buy, and I do not think less of you for how deeply an aisle of a store can undo you. To the emptier church pew, hear me. I am seated beside you there too, filling what silence I can, even in a room full of other people. To the waiting room sat in alone now, hear me. I have been present in every one of those appointments, before, during, and after, and I remain present in every one still ahead of you. To the comparison grief of watching others complain about someone still living, hear me. That ache is not envy to be ashamed of. It is simply love wishing for more ordinary days together, and I understand it completely. To grief brain and the forgetfulness it brings, hear me. Your mind is not failing you permanently. It is simply overloaded by sorrow, and it will steady, slowly, in its own time. To the physical toll grief takes on your body, hear me. Isaiah 40:29 promises strength for the weary. I am present in your exhaustion, and I am able to restore your body even while your heart continues healing. To the family tension over inheritance and belongings, hear me. I am able to soften hearts and bring peace into rooms that grief has made tense, even when the people involved cannot yet see a way forward themselves. To the grief of having to leave the home you shared, hear me. A home is not the container of a memory. The memory travels with you, wherever you go next. To the on this day photograph arriving without warning, hear me. Let it undo you when it needs to. I am present in whatever feelings that photo brings, comforting or painful, or both at once. To the grandchild grieving silently, hear me. I am present with that child too, even in a sorrow too big for their words, and I am able to give you wisdom for how to walk alongside them. To the secondary anniversaries only you remember, hear me. I remember them too, exactly as you do, and I am present in every one of those quiet, unmarked dates. To the medicine cabinet still holding their things, hear me. There is no deadline on removing them. It is allowed to stay exactly as it is for as long as you need. To the guilt over how often you visit the cemetery, hear me. There is no required frequency in my eyes. However often you go or do not go, your love for them is not measured by a visitation schedule. To keeping their number on your phone plan, hear me. That small, seemingly impractical choice is not foolish. It is simply one more way love finds to hold on a little longer, and I do not judge it. To the dream where you forget, briefly, that they are gone, hear me. That forgetting is a mercy, however brief, and the grief that follows waking is not a punishment for having enjoyed it. To gratitude and grief existing together, Hear me. Both are true at once, and I do not ask you to choose only one of them to feel. To the difference between surviving and truly living again, hear me. I am not rushing you from one to the other. I am simply present in both, patiently, for as long as it takes. To the discomfort of a support group circle, hear me. If that setting has not helped, it does not mean something is wrong with you. Healing looks different for every person, and I meet you in whichever setting truly helps, even if it is simply this, right here, tonight. To the letters you write that are never sent, hear me. I read every word of them, even the ones no other eyes will ever see. To talking to their photograph, hear me. That conversation is not foolish. Love often needs somewhere real to go, and I do not think less of you for giving it a place to land. To the anger at whoever or whatever took them, hear me. That anger is allowed to exist without needing a tidy resolution. I can hold it with you for as long as you need to carry it. To survivor's guilt, hear me. There is no ledger of who deserved to remain and who did not. Your life continuing is not a betrayal of the life that ended. To wondering if you grieved correctly in front of others, hear me. There is no correct performance of grief. However you carried it, publicly or privately, was enough. To the specific smell that catches you off guard, hear me. I am present in that sudden wave of memory, however unexpected its arrival. To the hymn that undoes you elsewhere, hear me. Let the music carry what it needs to. I am present in the tears that follow and in the comfort that follows after. To avoiding their favorite restaurant, hear me. There is no timeline for when or if you return to that place. It is allowed to wait. To the day you gave away a piece of their clothing, hear me. Relief and fresh grief are allowed to exist in the very same hour, without either one canceling out the other. To the old friend who did not know and asks about them casually, hear me. I am with you in that hard moment of having to say the words out loud again, every single time it happens. To the exhausting toll of settling their estate, hear me. I am present in the paperwork too, not only in the emotional moments, and I do not abandon you in the logistics of loss. To reliving a lifetime of memories while choosing photographs, hear me. I am present in every memory you touch during that process, holding it alongside you. To feeling untethered without their guidance, hear me. Proverbs 3:5 and 6 says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding." I am able to become the guidance you now need in ways that honor rather than replace what they once gave you. To the milestone occasions ahead where their absence will be felt, hear me. I am already present in every one of those future moments, filling the space their absence will leave as fully as I am able. To the unused items still waiting for an occasion that will not come, hear me. That small, unfulfilled plan does not need to be resolved. It is allowed to simply remain what it is, a quiet symbol of love that was real. To reaching for the phone to share good news with them, hear me. I receive that good news too, gladly, every single time you have no one else to tell it to. To the numbness of the early days wearing off into full grief later, hear me. That delayed wave is not a setback. It is simply grief finally having room to be felt in its own necessary time. To the grief only surfacing now because you had to be strong for others earlier, hear me. You are allowed to finally fall apart here with me, even long after everyone assumed you already had. To the sharpened awareness of your own mortality, hear me. Psalm 90:12 says, "Teach us to number our days, that we may gain a heart of wisdom." That awareness, however heavy, can also become a gift, teaching you to hold your remaining days more closely. To the distance you feel from me in your prayer life since this loss, hear me. I have not moved away from you. I am exactly as close as I have always been, waiting patiently for prayer to feel possible again, however long that takes. To their still active accounts and inboxes, hear me. There is no deadline on closing them. Whenever you are ready, if you are ever ready, I will be present in that decision too. To hearing their name spoken by a stranger, hear me. I understand the jolt that name still carries, and I am present in it every single time. To the milestone birthday they would have reached, hear me. I remember that number too, and I hold the whole of what their life would have continued to be, even the years it did not get to reach. To the grief of losing a pregnancy or a baby too soon, hear me. That life mattered completely to me, and that grief is never too small or too complicated for my comfort. I have not overlooked that loss, and I never will. To the grief of losing a beloved pet, hear me. Love is love in whatever form it came to you, and I do not measure the size of your grief by the size of the one you lost. To the ache of a first trip taken alone, hear me. I travel with you into every new place, even the ones that ache with half missing them. My child, there is still more I see, because grief reaches into corners of a life that even you may not have fully named yet. I see the specific phrase they always said to you. Drive safe. Call me when you land. Love you. Bye. And how strange it feels that no one says it to you in quite that same way anymore. I see you downsizing or moving, finding some small sentimental object tucked in a drawer you forgot existed, and the whole day undone by a single forgotten trinket. I see the strange comfort you still find in doing a task that was once theirs, mowing the lawn the way they did, watering the plants they loved, as if continuing the task keeps something of them continuing too. I see the moment at a doctor's office when you are asked about family medical history, and answering suddenly requires speaking of them in the past tense. I see the weight of now having to make big decisions entirely alone. Decisions you once made together, now resting on you by yourself. I see the burden of being the one who has to inform distant relatives or old friends, delivering the same hard news again and again to people further from the center of the loss. I see the paperwork of updating a will or a life insurance beneficiary, an ordinary administrative task that somehow still manages to reopen the wound each time. I see the ache of packing away a seasonal decoration they especially loved, wondering if it is right to still put it out or wrong to leave it away. I see how much you miss the specific way they used to fix something broken. A repair, a fuss, a particular fix-it competence the household quietly depended on. I see the complicated grief of a relationship that held real pain alongside real love, and the confusion of grieving someone who was not simple to love. I see you wondering whether it is still allowed to celebrate their birthday each year, to bake the cake, to say their name out loud in celebration, rather than only in mourning. I see the unexpected kindness of a stranger, a small gesture that reminds you so strongly of them that it catches you completely off guard. I see you watching an old home video, hearing their laugh unexpectedly, and how a sound alone can undo an entire day. I see you attending a couples event or a reunion alone now, keenly aware of every seat that used to hold two. I see the quiet grief of realizing their handwriting is a finite thing now, no new notes ever coming again, only the ones already written. I see you struggling to complete a task they always handled without a second thought. Taxes, car maintenance, some quiet competence you never had to learn until now. I see the strange, guilty grief of noticing that daily life continues to function without them in practical terms, and the shame that follows realizing it. I see how much you miss the trivial arguments, the mundane disagreements that once felt like nothing and now feel like evidence of an entire shared life. I see the particular grief of a parent who never expected to outlive their adult child, an order of loss the heart was never built to hold easily. I see the embarrassment of grief surfacing at inconvenient moments, at work, in a meeting, in public, and the effort it takes to compose yourself quickly. I see the urge to protect their memory, to correct the record when someone misremembers them, as though their legacy depended on your vigilance alone. I see the pressure inside faith communities to demonstrate strong, unwavering faith after a loss, and how exhausting it is to perform strength you do not always feel. I see the particular grief of a loss during a season when you could not properly say goodbye, could not be fully present the way you wished you could have been. I see the complicated relief that sometimes follows the end of a long, hard suffering, and the guilt that creeps in right behind that relief. I see their unfinished projects, a half-built birdhouse, an unfinished letter, a plan interrupted mid-sentence, sitting exactly as they left it. I see the jokes and references that will die with them, understood by no one else now living, a private language only the two of you shared. I see the exhaustion of explaining your grief over and over to new people entering your life, people who never knew the person you are still missing. I see your children or grandchildren grieving differently than you do, and the disconnect you sometimes feel, wondering if your grief and theirs can still understand each other. I see the complicated feelings of new companionship or dating while still grieving, the fear of being disloyal, tangled with the very real desire not to be alone forever. I see how much you miss the physical acts of caring for them, tasks that gave your days a shape and a purpose that has not yet been replaced. I see the vertigo of realizing time simply keeps moving forward, ready or not, indifferent to how unfinished your grief still feels. I see the specific insomnia that grief brings, thoughts circling at 2 in the morning that never seem to circle quite so loudly in daylight. I see the particular grief of losing a twin, a bond the rest of the world can rarely fully understand, a kind of missing that touches identity itself. I see grief resurfacing unexpectedly through a resemblance in a grandchild, a gesture, an expression, a flash of them appearing in someone newly born after they were gone. I see the slow, practical grief of having to learn new skills simply to keep your life running, skills that used to belong entirely to them. I see the rare dream where they seem to speak directly to you, offering comfort or advice, and the confusing mixture of peace and fresh longing you feel upon waking. I see the specific ache of a day of the week that used to belong to them, a ritual, a call, a visit, now marked only by its absence. I see the difficulty of praying certain words in confidence when guilt still lingers over something left unresolved between you and them. I see the particular grief of a relationship that ended in conflict shortly before they died, words exchanged that were never given the chance to be repaired. I see the ache of watching someone move or give away their belongings without asking you first, feeling erased from a decision that touched your grief too. I see the grief that carries unanswered questions, a loss that came in a way that left more silence than explanation, and the particular weight of grieving without full understanding. I see all of this too, my child, every last corner of it. Nothing here has surprised me, and none of it has gone unnoticed either. Hear me now in these places as well. To the phrase they always said that no one says quite the same way now. Hear me. I remember the exact way they said it, and I am able to let that memory comfort you instead of only ache. To the forgotten trinket rediscovered while moving, hear me. Let it undo you for as long as it needs to. I am present in that discovery, exactly as I am present in every other quiet ambush of memory. To finding comfort in continuing a task that was once theirs, hear me. That continuation is not strange. It is one honest way love keeps moving forward through your own two hands. To speaking of them in the past tense at a doctor's office, hear me. I understand what that small clinical moment costs you every single time it happens. To carrying big decisions alone now, hear me. James 1:5 promises that if you lack wisdom, you may ask of me, who gives generously without finding fault. I am the counsel you no longer have to face any decision without. To the burden of delivering hard news to distant relatives, hear me. I am present in each of those conversations, giving you the words even when you feel you have none left. To the paperwork that reopens the wound, hear me. I am present in the administrative moments too, not only the emotional ones. Grief does not have to fight through that paperwork entirely unaccompanied. To the ache of packing away a beloved decoration, hear me. There is no wrong choice here. Whatever you decide, display it or store it, I am present in either choice. To missing the way they used to fix things, hear me. I am able to provide the help you need now through other hands if not your own, and I do not expect you to replace their specific gift with your own two hands alone. To the complicated grief of loving someone who is not simple to love, hear me. I hold the full truth of that relationship, every difficult and tender part of it, without asking you to simplify it into something it never fully was. To wondering if it is still allowed to celebrate their birthday, hear me. Celebration and grief are not opposites. You are allowed to mark their life with joy, even while still missing them deeply. To the unexpected kindness of a stranger reminding you of them, hear me. I am able to send small echoes of comfort through people who never even know the gift they are giving you. To hearing their laugh in an old home video, hear me. Let that sound bring you both the ache and the gladness it carries. Both are allowed together in the very same moment. To attending a couple's event alone, hear me. I am seated in the empty place beside you there too, and I do not ask you to pretend it does not feel different now. To their handwriting becoming a finite, unrepeating thing, hear me. What is finite in this world is not finite in mine. I hold every word they ever wrote, safely, forever. To struggling with tasks they always handled, hear me. Philippians 4:13 says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I am able to strengthen you for tasks that once belonged to someone else's hands. To the guilty grief of daily life functioning without them, hear me. That guilt does not mean you love them less. It simply means life, by necessity, keeps moving, even while your heart has not finished catching up. To missing the trivial, mundane arguments, hear me. I understand that even friction in a real relationship was evidence of something alive and shared, and grief mourns all of it, not only the easy parts. To the parent who never expected to outlive an adult child, hear me. I hold that particular sorrow with the greatest tenderness I have. It is not an order I take lightly, and I am not distant from it for a single moment. To the embarrassment of grief surfacing at inconvenient moments, hear me. There is no wrong time for grief to be honest. I am not embarrassed by you, even in a meeting, even in public, even in the moments you wish you could compose yourself faster than you can. To the urge to protect their memory from being misremembered, hear me. I remember them with perfect accuracy, and their true legacy does not depend on winning every correction. It is already safe with me. To the pressure to perform strong faith after a loss, hear me. Real faith does not require a performance. I would rather have your honest weakness than your polished strength. To the loss that came without a proper goodbye, hear me. I was fully present in that moment, regardless of what circumstances kept you from being there in person. Distance does not limit my presence, and it does not limit theirs either in the way that matters most. To the complicated relief after a long, hard suffering ended, hear me. That relief is not a betrayal. It is allowed to exist honestly alongside your grief without guilt attached to it. To their unfinished projects left exactly as they were, Hear me. An unfinished task does not represent an unfinished life. Their life was complete in mine eyes, even with a birdhouse left half built. To the private jokes that will die with them, hear me. I understood every one of them too, and I have not forgotten a single one. To the exhaustion of explaining your grief to new people, hear me. You are not required to explain the full weight of it to everyone who asks. It is allowed to simply say, I lost someone I loved, and leave the rest for those who have earned it. To the disconnect you feel from loved ones grieving differently than you, hear me. I understand every version of grief happening in your family at once, even the ones that do not match each other, and I am present in all of them simultaneously. To the complicated feelings of new companionship while still grieving, hear me. Ecclesiastes 4:9 and 10 says, "Two are better than one, for if either falls, the other can help them up." Companionship, if it ever comes, honors rather than betrays the love that came before it. To missing the purpose that caregiving once gave your days, hear me. I am able to give your days new purpose in time without requiring you to force it before you are ready. To the vertigo of time moving forward regardless, hear me. I am the God who exists outside of time entirely, and I am able to meet you exactly where you are inside it, whether you feel ready to move forward or not. To the specific insomnia grief brings, hear me. Psalm 4:8 says, I will lie down and sleep in peace, for you alone, Lord, make me dwell in safety. I am present in your 2 a.m. thoughts as fully as I am present in the light of day. To the particular grief of losing a twin, hear me. I understand a bond the rest of the world may never fully grasp, and I am present in a kind of missing that touches your very sense of self. To grief resurfacing through a resemblance in a grandchild, hear me. Let that resemblance bring you comfort as often as it brings you ache. Both reactions are allowed, and I am present in either one. To learning new skills that once belonged to them, hear me. I am able to teach you what you need, in time, without requiring you to master everything overnight. To the confusing dream where they seem to speak to you, hear me. Whether or not that dream is more than a dream, the comfort or the longing it leaves behind is real, and I am present in it either way. To the ache of a day of the week that used to belong to them, hear me. I am present in that day too, filling what I can of its particular emptiness. To struggling to pray certain words when guilt still lingers, hear me. 1 John 1:9 promises that if we confess our sins, I am faithful and just to forgive us and cleanse us from all unrighteousness. Whatever remains unresolved between you and them, bring it to me, and let me carry what cannot now be resolved directly with them. To the relationship that ended in conflict shortly before they died, hear me. I am able to bring peace to an ending that did not go the way you wished it had, even without changing what already happened. To feeling erased when others move their belongings without asking, hear me. Your grief and your voice in that process matter, and I am able to help you find the words to ask for the role you need in those decisions. To grief that carries unanswered questions, hear me. I hold every answer you do not yet have, and one day, when you are ready, I will help you carry the not knowing with more peace than you have now. My child, there is still more, because grief has a way of hiding in corners of a life you may not have expected it to reach. I see you downsizing your home someday, forced to choose only a small handful of their belongings to keep, and the impossible weight of deciding what stays and what does not. I see the awkwardness of receiving a condolence long after everyone assumed the appropriate window for grief had closed, and not knowing whether to correct them or simply say thank you. I see the small hesitation before updating a profile, a bio, a relationship status, each edit feeling like a tiny official confirmation of what already happened. I see how clearly your life now divides into two parts, before this loss and after it, and how strange it feels that a single day could split a whole lifetime in two. I see you watching a movie or a show that unexpectedly deals with loss, ambushed in a moment meant only for entertainment. I see the barber's chair or the salon seat you used to share a laugh in together, quieter now, missing a familiar voice beside you. I see your own birthday arriving without their voice among the ones wishing you well, a day that now carries both celebration and absence in the very same breath. I see how much you miss the specific way they always answer the phone, a particular greeting, a particular tone, gone now from your daily life. I see the vulnerability of growing older without the specific support system they once provided, facing appointments and decisions that used to be shared. I see a recipe or a cooking style that risks disappearing if you do not learn it yourself, a small piece of them tied up in flavors only they knew how to make. I see the complicated grief of caring for a pet that was once theirs, a living reminder of them that you now carry forward alone. I see how hard it is to sit through a wedding toast about lifelong love, celebrating something you now understand does not always get to run its full course. I see how much you miss the specific way they used to encourage you when you doubted yourself, a particular kind of belief in you that nothing else has fully replaced. I see the unexpected grief triggered by something as small as a census form or a survey asking questions about household size that no longer have a simple answer. I see the complicated feelings tied to a life insurance payout or an inheritance, gratitude and grief tangled together in a way that makes the money itself feel strange to touch. I see the strange guilt of enjoying a vacation, a sunset, a good meal, without them there to enjoy it with you. I see you looking at your own reflection, aging in ways they will never get to see, and grieving the specific version of you they knew that no longer quite exists. I see you grieving the version of yourself that only existed alongside them, a version shaped by their presence that has had to find a new shape since. I see the fresh wave of grief that comes when a mutual friend also passes away, another thread connecting you to them growing quieter. I see how much you miss being asked for their advice, the specific way they turn to you for wisdom, and how you miss being needed in exactly that way. I see the strange practicality grief eventually requires, learning in time to sleep fully across a bed that used to be shared. I see the first holiday you have to host entirely on your own, quietly performing tasks that used to belong to both of you together. I see the particular grief of becoming the last surviving member of your generation in your family, with no one left above you to lean on. I see a family recipe or a tradition being carried on differently now by someone else, and the complicated feelings of gratitude and grief that come with watching it continue without them. I see the ache of an old answering machine greeting or voicemail that still mentions both your names together. I see the small, awkward pause at a social event when someone asks if you are bringing a +1, and the quiet work of explaining once again that you are not. I see their car, if you still have it, sitting in the driveway or the garage, carrying a presence that is difficult to fully explain to anyone who did not know them. I see the complicated grief of a home that has since been sold, no longer belonging to your family, holding decades of memory now lived in by strangers. I see how much you miss their physical presence and support during a health scare of your own, facing something hard without the one person who always sat beside you through it before. Hear me now, in all of these places too, my child. To choosing only a handful of belongings to keep, hear me. Love is not measured by the number of objects you are able to hold on to. I hold the whole of them, complete, regardless of what fits in a single box. To receiving a condolence long after the expected window has closed, hear me. There is no correct window for grief or for kindness offered toward it. Receive it exactly as it was meant, whenever it arrives. To the small hesitation before updating a profile or status, hear me. Take whatever time you need. I am not rushing you toward any official confirmation you are not ready to make. My child, let me name just a few more, because grief tends to keep finding new corners even after you thought you had named them all. I see you finding old love letters while sorting through belongings, unsure whether reading them again will comfort you or undo you completely. I see the particular grief of their birthday or their death date falling near a joyful family occasion, a wedding, a holiday, a birth, and the strange work of holding both feelings in the very same week. I see the empty space in a family photo where they used to stand, and the quiet decision every time about where to place yourself now instead. I see grief ambushing you over something as ordinary as folding laundry, an old shirt of theirs still mixed in from habit, or the sudden realization there is no more laundry of theirs left to fold at all. I see a parent or a sibling grieving the very same loss differently than you do. And the loneliness of realizing grief does not always bring a family closer, even when everyone loved the same person. I see the well-meaning but painful comments about finding someone new or moving on, and how hard it is to receive those words with any grace at all. I see technology quietly remembering them when you no longer expect it to. An old contact suggestion, an autocomplete of their name, a photo app grouping their face with yours. I see an in loving memory post about someone else's loss on social media, and how it can instantly reopen your own, even though the grief being shared was never yours to carry. I see how much you miss celebrating small, ordinary wins with them. A good day at work, a small triumph, A bit of good news that used to have somewhere to go and now does not. I see grief resurfacing while decorating for the holidays. An ornament they gave you, a decoration tied to a memory, undoing an entire afternoon of ordinary preparation. I see the particular loneliness of driving home alone after a family gathering, the conversation of the ride home missing entirely. I see the awkward question at a reunion about whether your family is grown, and the complicated math you now have to do before answering. I see you finding their old journal or diary, caught between wanting to read every word and fearing what reading it might do to you. I see how much you miss their particular way of celebrating you, loud or quiet, whichever way was truly theirs, now missing from every accomplishment since. I see the particular grief of losing someone right before a major milestone you were meant to share together, an anniversary, a graduation, a retirement. I see you facing your own milestone events now without them, quietly aware of who is missing from the audience. I see a physical mark still left on your own body from caring for them, a strain, a scar, a lingering ache, carrying memory in a way words cannot. I see the quiet fear that the exact sound of their laugh will one day exist only in your memory and nowhere else in the world. I see how much you miss the specific comfort of their hand on your back in hard moments, a physical steadiness nothing else has fully replaced. I see the wave of grief that comes while packing for a move, finding a shared travel souvenir, a ticket stub, a photograph from a trip taken together long ago. Hear me now, in each of these final places too, my child. To the old love letters found while sorting belongings, hear me. Read them when you are ready, if you are ever ready. Whatever comfort or ache they bring, I am present in both. To their birthday or death date landing near a joyful family occasion, hear me. You are allowed to hold both feelings fully, without one canceling out the other or requiring you to choose. To the empty space in a family photo, hear me. I see exactly who belongs in that space, even when a camera cannot capture them there anymore. To grief ambushing you while folding laundry, hear me. Let it undo you when it needs to. I am present in the most ordinary tasks, exactly as fully as I am present in the hardest ones. To grieving differently than someone else in your family, hear me. I understand every version of grief in your family individually and completely, and I am able to bring understanding between you in time. To painful comments about moving on, hear me. You are not required to receive every well-meaning word gracefully. I understand the ones that land wrong, even when they were not meant to hurt. To technology quietly remembering them, hear me. Let those small, unexpected reminders bring you comfort when they can, and grace for yourself when they simply ache instead. To another person's in loving memory post, reopening your own grief, hear me. Grief connecting to grief is not a setback. It is simply love recognizing love, even in someone else's loss. To missing celebrating small wins with them, hear me. I celebrate every good thing that happens to you, gladly, even when there is no one else immediately there to tell. To grief resurfacing while decorating for the holidays, hear me. Let the ornament, the memory, the ache, all exist together. I am present in the decorating and in the tears that interrupt it. To the lonely drive home after a family gathering, hear me. I am present in that quiet car, riding with you the whole way back. To the awkward question about your family growing, hear me. However you answer, I know the true shape of your family completely, including the ones no longer physically present in it. To finding their old journal or diary, hear me. Whatever you decide, to read it or to wait, I am present in that decision and in whatever you find inside it. To missing their particular way of celebrating you, hear me. I am able to become a steady source of celebration over your life now, quietly proud of you in exactly the way they once were. To losing someone right before a shared milestone, hear me. I understand the particular grief of a moment that almost arrived together, but did not. And I am present in the milestone anyway, honoring what it would have meant to both of you. To facing your own milestones without them, hear me. I am present in that audience too, seeing you fully, even from a seat no camera will ever capture. To a physical mark left on your body from caring for them, hear me. That mark is not only a wound, it is evidence of a love that showed up fully when it mattered most. To the fear that their laugh will one day exist only in your memory, hear me. I remember it perfectly too, and what I remember is never truly lost, even if it becomes harder for you to recall on your own. To missing the comfort of their hand on your back, hear me. I am able to provide a steadiness that does not depend on physical touch, present in every hard moment exactly as fully as they once were. To finding a shared travel souvenir while packing for a move, hear me. Let it undo you for as long as it needs to. Every memory tucked inside an ordinary object is precious to me, exactly as it is precious to you. To your life now dividing into before and after, hear me. I was present on both sides of that division, and I remain present in the entire story, not only in one half of it. To being ambushed by grief during a movie or a show, hear me. Let it undo you when it needs to. I am present in the tears that follow, even in an ordinary evening meant only for rest. To the quieter barber's chair or salon seat, hear me. I am present in that small missing too, in the ordinary rituals that quietly held your friendship together. To your birthday arriving without their voice among the well wishes, hear me. I wish you well on that day too, every year with a love that has never once needed reminding. To missing the specific way they answered the phone, hear me. I remember every detail of their voice perfectly, and one day you will hear it again in a way that does not ache. To the vulnerability of growing older without their support, hear me. Psalm 71:9 says, "Do not cast me away in the time of old age. Do not forsake me when my strength is spent." I am your support in every season still ahead, including this one. To a recipe or cooking style at risk of disappearing, hear me. Learn it if you are able, and if you are not, know that the love inside it mattered more than the recipe itself, and that love is not lost. To caring for a pet that was once theirs, hear me. I am present in that quiet, ongoing act of love, carried forward now through your hands instead of theirs. To sitting through a wedding toast about lifelong love, hear me. What you shared was real and complete, even without lasting an entire lifetime the way you once hoped it would. To missing their specific encouragement, hear me. I am able to become the voice of belief in you now, gently reminding you of your worth in seasons when no one else's voice is there to do it. To grief triggered by ordinary paperwork like a census form, hear me. I understand what those small, unexpected moments cost you, even in the most mundane corners of daily life. To the complicated feelings tied to an inheritance, hear me. I am able to help that provision feel like love received rather than only loss confirmed in my own time. To the guilt of enjoying a vacation or a good meal without them, hear me. Enjoying life again is not a betrayal. It is exactly what they would have wanted for you. To grieving the version of yourself only they knew, hear me. I know every version of you there has ever been, the one they knew and the one still becoming, and I love all of them completely. To grief resurfacing when a mutual friend also passes, hear me. I am present in every fresh wave of loss, even the ones that arrive on top of an older grief still healing. To missing being asked for your wisdom the way they once asked, hear me. Your wisdom has not diminished. I am able to bring new people into your life who still need exactly what you have to offer. To learning in time to sleep fully across a shared bed, hear me. There is no timeline for that either. Whenever it happens, if it happens, I am present in that small, quiet adjustment too. To hosting a holiday entirely alone for the first time, hear me. I am present in every task you now carry that used to be shared, filling in what strength you need to get through the day. To becoming the last of your generation in your family, hear me. Deuteronomy 33:27 says the eternal God is your refuge, and underneath are the everlasting arms. I remain the support above you, even when no human generation is left standing there. To a tradition continuing differently now, hear me. Let gratitude and grief exist together here too. Something of them continues, even in a form that looks different than it once did. To an old answering machine greeting, still naming both of you, hear me. That recording remains a real precious thing, not a wound you are required to erase before you are ready. To the awkward +1 question at social events, hear me. However you choose to answer, I know exactly who accompanies you into every room, even when no one else can see it. To their car still sitting in the driveway, hear me. Whatever you decide to do with it, whenever you decide it, I am present in that decision with you. To a home now sold and lived in by strangers, hear me. The memories made inside those walls remain yours completely, untouched by any change of ownership. To facing a health scare without their support beside you, hear me. I am the support that does not depend on physical presence. I am with you in every waiting room, every diagnosis, every hard conversation, exactly as fully as they once were. If any of these words are already loosening something tight in your chest tonight, take a moment to subscribe if you have not already, and share this with someone you know who is still grieving quietly, long after everyone assumed they would be finished. Let me walk you through a psalm now, slowly, the way you might sit with someone you love in the dark. The Lord is my shepherd, I lack nothing. Whatever this grief has taken from you, I remain the one who provides what you still need to keep going. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He refreshes my soul. Let yourself rest here tonight, even inside the grief, even without it being resolved. He guides me along the right paths for His name's sake. I am guiding you through this grief too, even on the nights it feels like there is no path forward at all. Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. This valley of grief is real and long, and I have not once left your side inside of it. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. Let my presence be the comfort tonight that no person, however loving, has fully been able to give you. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Even grief itself, even its sharpest days, has not been able to separate you from my provision and my presence. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows. Even now, even grieving, joy has not been permanently closed off to you. It is still possible. It will return in its own time. Surely your goodness and love will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. This grief is not the end of your story, and it is not the end of theirs either. One day, in ways beyond what either of us can fully picture tonight, there will be a reunion. Revelation 21:4 promises He will wipe every tear from their eyes. There will be no more death or mourning or crying or pain, for the old order of things has passed away. That promise is not only for some far-off future you cannot touch tonight. It is a promise that grief itself, this exact grief you carry, will not always be the shape of your life. 1 Thessalonians 4:13 says, I do not want you to grieve like those who have no hope. Your grief is real, and your hope is real too, existing together, not canceling each other out. Matthew 5:4 says, Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. That blessing is not a future you have to wait a lifetime for. Comfort is available to you tonight, in this very moment, if you will receive it. 2 Corinthians 1:3 and 4 call me the Father of compassion and the God of all comfort, who comforts us in all our troubles, so that we can comfort others with the comfort we ourselves receive from God. Every bit of comfort I give you tonight is not wasted. It becomes something you will one day be able to offer someone else walking this same road behind you. Let me give you a few more promises to carry with you. ones written by people who understood this exact ache. Job 19:25 through 27 says, "I know that my Redeemer lives, and that in the end he will stand on the earth. And after my skin has been destroyed, yet in my flesh I will see God." Job spoke those words in the middle of unimaginable loss, and I want you to hear them tonight the same way he first spoke them, as a declaration made in grief, not in spite of it. 1 Corinthians 15:54 through 57 promises that death is swallowed up in victory and asks, "Where, O death, is your sting? Thanks be to God who gives us the victory." Whatever sting this loss still carries for you tonight, it does not have the final word. Psalm 116:15 says, "Precious in the sight of the Lord is the death of his faithful servants. Their passing was not a loss to me the way it was a loss to you. It was a homecoming I received with great tenderness, and I have held them gently ever since." Psalm 35 says, "Weeping may stay for the night, but rejoicing comes in the morning." I am not promising you that tonight's grief disappears by tomorrow. I am promising that grief this long and this real does not have to stay this heavy forever. John 14:1 through 3 says, "Do not let your hearts be troubled. In my Father's house are many rooms. I am going there to prepare a place for you." That promise was not only for the one you lost. It is a promise for you too, of a reunion beyond this life that is more certain than anything this world has ever offered you. Let us talk now about the deeper doubts underneath your grief. There is a doubt that grieving this long means something is wrong with you, that a person of real faith should have moved past this by now. Hear me clearly. Grief has no expiration date in my eyes. Loving someone deeply and missing them for the rest of your life is not a spiritual failure. It is simply what love costs. There is a doubt that being angry at me for allowing this loss makes you unfaithful. Hear me. Job brought me his anguish honestly, and I called him righteous. Bring me your anger honestly too. I would rather have your honest anger than your polite distance. There is a doubt that moving forward, finding joy again, building a new normal, somehow means you are forgetting them. Hear me. Healing was never about forgetting. It is entirely possible to carry their memory forward faithfully while still living a full life. One does not require betraying the other. There is a doubt that if you truly had enough faith, this grief would not still hurt as much as it does. Hear me clearly. Even I wept at the grave of a friend I loved in John 11:35, though I already knew resurrection was coming. Grief and faith have always coexisted, even inside me. There is a doubt that you should have done something differently, that some choice of yours might have changed the outcome. Hear me. I know the full truth of what happened, in ways you cannot always fully see, and I do not hold you responsible for what was never within your control. There is a doubt that no one truly understands the specific shape of your grief, and that you must therefore carry it entirely alone. Hear me. I understand every specific detail of it more completely than any other person ever could, and you are never carrying it alone with me. There is a doubt that talking to them missing them this deeply after so long means you are stuck rather than healing. Hear me. Continuing to love someone who has died is not the opposite of healing. It is often exactly what healing looks like. Love finding a new, ongoing way to exist. There is a doubt that your best years, the years you shared with them, are now permanently behind you, with nothing meaningful left ahead. Hear me. Psalm 92:14 promises the righteous will still bear fruit in old age. I am not finished writing meaningful chapters into your life, even now, even after this loss. There is a doubt that grief itself is a kind of spiritual failure, evidence that you have not fully surrendered this loss to me, the way a person of deep faith should have by now. Hear me clearly. Surrender was never about the absence of sorrow. It is choosing again and again to bring that sorrow back to me instead of carrying it alone. You have done exactly that tonight. There is a doubt that you will forget how to be happy, that whatever joy you once had access to has been permanently rewired by this loss into something you can no longer fully feel. Hear me. Joy has not been removed from your life. It has simply been resting, waiting for you to be ready to receive it again, and I am patient for as long as that takes. There is a doubt that loving someone new or simply enjoying your remaining years fully would somehow dishonor the one you lost. Hear me. Nothing honors a life well loved more than continuing to live fully yourself. Their love for you was never meant to end in your own grief alone. Let us pray together now, my child. Lord, I bring you my grief tonight, all of it, the parts I can name and the parts I cannot fully put into words. Thank you for keeping every tear I have cried, seen and unseen. Comfort me tonight in this exact place of missing them. Help me carry their memory forward with love instead of only pain. And help me trust that one day in your time, there will be no more tears left to cry over this loss. In your name, amen. Now, my child, let your body begin to release the weight of tonight. One part at a time, the way grief settles into the body just as heavily as it settles into the heart. Let your shoulders lower, the ones that have carried this so quietly for so long. Let your jaw soften, unclenching whatever has been held tight there without you fully realizing it. Let your chest loosen, breathing in slowly, and as you breathe out, let a small portion of tonight's weight leave with it. Let your hands rest open, no longer needing to hold on to anything so tightly. Let your mind grow quiet now, not empty, simply quieter, softer, more ready for rest than it has been in a long while. I am not asking you to stop missing them tonight. I am asking you to let me hold that missing with you, so it does not have to rest on you alone through the night ahead. Close your eyes now, if you have not already. Let your breathing slow, deep and even. You do not have to solve this grief tonight. You do not have to resolve it, understand it fully, or carry it perfectly. You only have to rest. I am watching over you tonight. I am watching over the memory of the one you love and miss. Their story is not over in my hands, even though this chapter of it with you has closed. You will see them again in ways more whole and complete than either of you experienced here. Until then, rest tonight, knowing every tear has been counted, every quiet ache has been seen, and none of it, not one moment of it, has ever gone unnoticed by me. Sleep now, my child. Let the missing rest quietly beside you tonight instead of pressing so hard against your chest. Sleep, held in a love that has never once looked away from your grief. Sleep, knowing tomorrow does not require you to grieve any less or any more than you need to. Sleep, and let me watch over what you cannot carry alone tonight. Rest now. Let go of today. Let go of the ache just for these hours. I am here. I am not leaving. I have never once left. Sleep and be at peace. Sleep and know you are loved. Sleep and let tomorrow wait until morning. I am watching over you tonight and over every tear you have ever cried for them. None of it has gone unnoticed. None of it ever will. Sleep now, my child. Rest in a love that remembers everything and lets nothing be forgotten. Let every unfinished conversation rest tonight too, unresolved but not unloved. Let every unanswered question rest tonight, held safely until the day I answer it fully. Let every unopened drawer, every unworn sweater, every unsent letter rest exactly where it is tonight, needing nothing from you until you are ready. Let their name rest gently on your lips tonight, spoken once more before sleep, not as a wound, but as a blessing you still carry. Whisper it now, if you want to. I am listening. I have always been listening. Sleep knowing that love, once real, is never undone by death. Sleep knowing the years you shared were not wasted, even though they ended sooner than you wanted. Sleep knowing that grief is simply the shape love takes when it can no longer be delivered in person, and I receive every bit of it on their behalf. Sleep, and let me carry what your body is too tired to carry another moment longer. Sleep, and let your breathing grow slow. Sleep, and let your shoulders finally rest against the bed. Sleep, and let your mind grow quiet, one thought at a time, until only stillness remains. I am here. I was here in the moment you lost them. I have been here through every ordinary day since. I am here tonight. I will be here tomorrow. Your tears have not gone unnoticed. Your love has not gone unnoticed. Their life has not gone unnoticed. Sleep now, my child, held in a love wide enough to hold both your grief and your hope, both what was lost and all that still remains. Sleep and let it hold you gently until morning.